All right, guys, good morning. What a great morning it is, right? Got destroyed yesterday in a couple positions. Who cares? It's a great morning. Got food in the fridge, roof over the head, air in my lungs. Had a great yoga session this morning. Had a good mastermind call today. Pretty, uh, pretty packed call, of course. And then I love how most of the questions are directed toward the whiz fighter and a couple of the other options guys about options, right? You hedge when you don't need to. Um, not you hedge when you don't need to, not when you have to, or something like that. Whatever. But really interesting. We'll debrief everything that's going on. But remember a long time ago, I said that Fed minutes shouldn't be shocking. Oh, that was yesterday, Wiz. What? So we'll talk about it, but you know, the famous wizism, the market only cares when it cares, is in fact true, right? Nothing in the Fed minutes yesterday was new. It was that we kind of knew all of this stuff. It was just the written word that spooked the market, which is really quite interesting. So exactly, February came early. Amazon still in my bear put spread on the S&P 500, which I might close today for a little bit of profit. We'll talk about where we're going. I think we're going to hit the 50-day moving average today, and then get a little bit of a bounce. I think we're going to be oversold later today, which is fine with me. I just sold some short calls on Amazon to bring in about $5,500 between today and tomorrow to take care of the max loss I had on my SPX bull put spread yesterday. A lot of good interest. I think two folks are getting LLC set up. One guy is joining today. So there's only 2 monthly lifetime memberships left. I briefed this yesterday. Don't want to take up too much time, but I'm going to answer some questions that people had emailed and asked me. So the answer is yeah. As soon as you pay 12 months and then you become a lifetime member. Your first payment, as soon as you join the monthly membership plan, you get access to everything. It's included. Bart has already started posting some Bart's charts over in the whatchamacallit, in the Max Afterburner thread, and people are already blown away by what he's doing. I'm blown away. I mean, the guy's a genius when it comes to this stuff. He might make a convert out of me yet. I'm going to make him an options convert. So we launched that service this year. We launched maybe a crypto service. It's all included. My personal profit goal for the membership club, while I'm a member of that club, is to make 15 grand a week minimum, or average, right? So, for example, I might be flat for this week, but some weeks I'm up 40, 45 grand, and some weeks I'm flat. Or we'll see how tomorrow goes. But anyway, so that's a pretty cool goal, right? So technically, in 1 week, you might be able to pay off your your entire lifetime membership, and you can transfer it to an immediate family member if you're advanced in age and you want to pass it on your kids or a spouse or something like that. You can do that. I just asked that sometime during the year, when you make a profit, you throw it over the fence into the foundation so you can sponsor a veteran for treatment. That's a personal ask. Now check this out. Ponch, who's one of our 500-pound heads in Max Afterburn, he's a Tomcat guy. He'd wear that a polo shirt like this under his flight suit, nice and cheesy. Him and Bart. 500-pound head. He's busting his ass in this space at the Department of Defense, but also he helped save the life of one of his best friends, Slider, and he held space for him through treatment. But Ponch he's the head of our investor relations task force, and he connected me with a potential lead. The guy runs Ambria Capital down here in Boca Raton. So Ponch comes up with this like 5-page briefing document for me. I'm like, holy shit, man! I know everything about the dude. The $300 million investment. They're in Boca Raton. They're headquartered in Puerto Rico, but Cody lives in Boca. $300 million in the psychedelic space, right? So I trade texts with Cody, and I call him yesterday. He's like this 31-year-old kid. He's wife and kid in Boca here. He's like, what's up, dude? Yeah, man. I'd love to get together with you tomorrow. I'm like, hey, Ponch gave me a good brief on everything you do. It says, hey, you do a lot of podcasts and you're really smart in the psychedelic space. I do my podcast on Fridays here in East Boca. Would you like to be on my podcast? He's like, dude, that'd be fucking awesome. But I'm having lunch in Delray tomorrow with Daniel Carcillo. And I'm like, it kind of rings a bell. But he's like, yeah, Daniel Carcillo. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, he's the CEO of Wisana Health. And I'm like, that sounds familiar. He's like, yeah. Can he be on the podcast too? Can we both be on it? I'm like, Wisana Health. Okay, healthcare, sure. I hang up the phone and I go inside. Mark knows who he is. I go inside and I mention to Susie, I'm like, Daniel Carcillo. She's like, what are you talking about? Daniel Carcillo, what do you mean? I'm like, he's going to be on my podcast on Friday. She's like, he's a fucking Blackhawk. He was a Philadelphia Flyer. He was in the Blackhawks when they won the Stanley Cup, and she's freaking out. And then Matthew and Jack are like, what are you talking about, Dad? Daniel Carcillo. I'm like, he's going to be on my podcast Friday. So Daniel Carcillo, folks, is called Daniel Carcillo is a goon. He was a goon. I love this. You hate the guy when he's not on your team. When he was on the Flyers, I love the guy. And then when he went to like the Blackhawks, even though Susie and the boys and everybody are Blackhawks fans, Panthers now, I hated him. I'm like, he's an ass. They're like, you just don't like him because he's not a Flyer anymore. True. Guess what he does? He is the biggest advocate in the NHL for brain trauma and TBI, the CTE. So Wisana Health, folks, he started this team. He's the CEO. So Daniel Carcillo, Chief Executive Officer and founder. What? 9 years in the NHL, 2-time Stanley Cup winner, and a passionate advocate for athletic, veteran, first responder, TBI, mental health communities. Are you shitting me? So I bring this up because this was just, and Cody and I could tell him we're going to be best friends. He and I are just shooting the shit on the phone like we've known each other forever. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, can you believe this? He's in town. We can get him on your podcast. And I'm like, and he goes, man, what a coincidence. I'm like, Cody, a year ago, me would say, wow, what a coincidence. Today, me goes, it ain't a coincidence. You guys are supposed to be spinning into my life and I'm supposed to spin into your life right now. So at the worst case scenario, we have a really cool podcast. At a better case scenario, either Cody's firm or Daniel Carcillo or Wisana or both of them partner with us on the movie. And the other best case scenario is if they don't, if they can't swing it, they have a Rolodex clearly full of people. So I am just, again, market sucks, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, I really don't care. My focus is saving lives. Of course I care, but I'm okay, right? You got to be okay if your portfolio's up. You got to be okay if your portfolio's down. If not, you are out of balance. You are not centered. And again, a year ago, me would punch me in the face right now. Like, what are you talking about? That's why that guy's dead. So what an incredible, and the way things are spinning together right now. My 20, the 20 of us who threw in seed money to get this thing airborne, to get the trailer done and to do all the work and budgets and all the work we've done to date. Tomorrow, I called Lee last night, our producer, and I told him about Carcillo. He's like, oh my God, are you insane that this is happening? I'm like, dude, believe it. And then they're like, hey man, are you doing anything after the podcast? I'm like, no. They're like, let's go out and get dinner and drinks. I'm like, and then Susie's like, where are you going? Because we're going to accidentally stop by. So Susie and Matthew and Jack, of course, are going to be like, oh, you guys are here? Because they want to, of course, meet Daniel Carcillo. So that's fine. But Lee told me last night, he's like, I can't believe this because the trailer should be done today. He said tomorrow. That's today. So our 20 immediate investors, tomorrow, you guys, along with Daniel and Cody, are going to see the trailer first. He's like, they're dropping some final graphics in. He's like, you should be blown away. I'm like, dude, when you sent me the rough trailer last week, I had tears in my eyes. He's like, it's better than that. I'm like, okay. So why am I wasting all your time on this? I'm not wasting time because it goes to accelerated retirement and this space. Cody and I were shooting the shit about going back and forth. He's like, a Compass, they're in all of these names. I'm going to meet a guy tomorrow, a kid, who Wisana Health, they have $15 million investment in that. Goella Mushrooms, Awaken Life Sciences, Psychedelic, NanoPsi, Microdose Therapeutics, Philo, Tyson, Clairvoyant Therapeutics. And they have co-invest. It looks like they did the Wisana Health reverse merger. So Ponch gave me all this shit, and I need to really, really get up to speed. So I'm going Axe Capital on this thing, guys. We're gonna, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, I was in MindMed, and he's clearly investing a lot of money in this. He's like, oh man, yeah, we'll talk. I'm like, I'm in SIL right now, PSIL. He's like, that's a great idea. Just hang out in there, blah blah blah. Because I used my analogy. I'm like, this is the internet in 1999 when he was about 10 years old. But he got the analogy. I'm like, dude, it's like Netscape, Google, Pets.com, Amazon. You got to pick the right two. He's like, you're exactly right. So we'll shoot the shit tomorrow about this. So I'm out there. Mission objective number 1 is to save lives. And if you guys are helping me, which you are, great. Mission objective number 2 is I'm going to go fucking Axe Capital on this bullshit, and I'm going to tell you everything that I know, right? I ain't going to keep it to myself. Oh, that's right. So he leaves on January 11th. You ready for this? He's on the Alvarius board. Alvarius. Let's look this up right now since we're in. I'm waiting for SPX to maybe bottom out, and then I'm going to get out of my bear put spread. Did everybody get their hedges on last week when we talked about this? Since I've been talking, it's up another grand right now. So the bear put spread that I have on the February is up $2,600, which is taking the sting out of everything else. Jesse, I didn't know that. Wow. I didn't read all that. Jesse's saying he's on the board of Heroic Hearts. Well, guess what? He might be on the board of Top Gun Fighter Foundation after tomorrow. Heroic Hearts board. Wow, that's great. Bob, good morning, Wiz. Just sent you an email to join the lifetime. Bob, you are number 4. John, apologize for being out of touch for a bit. Link I can get for the monthly lifetime info. John, if Bob and you sign up today, you are the 2. And since Menlai reading doesn't, I'm going to show everybody that. So if you want to sign up, you better beat these 2 guys. Yeah, I'll get you the link in a second. What was I going to read? Oh, Alvarius. Alvarius is a toad company. Alvarius. We're doing this together. ALV. Guys, let's just think about this. ALV AIUS. We are on the cutting edge. Alvarius, Alvarius? Is that the name of the company? It's obviously the Toad Company. Alvarius Pharmaceuticals. Look at this, man. It's an Irish biopharmaceutical company researching and developing unique therapies to target 5-MeO DMT medicines. Look at this shit. Yeah, Cody's like, dude, I'm going to Dublin for a board meeting. Can I come? Guys, we are here. We are here at ground zero. Ponch is over in the Pentagon doing shit. This is just, I'm stunned at everything that's going on. Because you guys know me. If you've been here for a year or so, you know that this wasn't me. May changed my life. So look at this. Alvarius. And folks, again, this isn't every subtle plug. Did everybody listen to my podcast? Richard Nixon. So Ehrlichman, I briefed you on this last week. Ehrlichman, one of his top domestic policy advisors, said what? Well, we could make being black illegal, and we could make hippies illegal, so we made drugs illegal. We tied weed to hippies. We tied heroin to the blacks. Isn't that a nice way to say it? We tied heroin to the blacks, and then every night on the nightly news, they did our work for us. Did we know this was bad? Yes, we did. The war on drugs was bullshit. It was nothing but to go after the anti-war left and African Americans. What a disgraceful sin. You want to talk about a stain on this nation? It's that. So all the good research that was going on, everything, all the life-saving stuff, boom, gone. And here comes us. Look at this. This is clinical, right? Shit, the guys that are going down in a couple weeks, it's half really cool and half clinical. There's an advanced life support unit there. One of the rooms is set up like a hospital room. You get an EKG done. You're hooked up to an EKG the entire time. There's 2 nurses on duty sitting in the room holding space with you. There's a cardiologist that is there the entire night. This isn't, we ain't going to Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco. So this is really, really cool, man. I love this. So I could not. Yeah, you could if you want. If you think we're at the bottom, I'm watching both. You could take a profit on this this puts fed and reload it. Let's do that. I'm going to take $2,500 because we might get an oversold bounce here. Oh, it's an index. You don't do all or none. Whoops, none. What was this? All right, $2,100. Yeah, I mean, if we get a bounce, I'm going to reload on this thing. I'll reload because I'm still bearish. This ain't the shit show, guys. This was a knee-jerk reaction. Let's get out of this thing. Did we bounce? What was the 50 at? 46.72. Well, we got down to 46. What did we get down to? Whoops. Look at that, guys. What did I tell you? When I started this brief, I said we're going to bounce off the 50, and we bounced off the 50. So I'm going to close this. Let me try and get filled. Now it's only up to 2,200. But come on, close. Let's go, baby. Now we bounced off the 50. All right, I just got filled. We bounced off the 50. I got filled for $2,300 in a week. So I think this is oversold here. Let me refresh this. Yeah, we'll talk. I'll keep going down the psychedelic space. Look, we had a little bit of a drill bit, but get ready to reload because look, you see, we did this. I'm going Marty Feldman here. I'll watch both. But if I wanted to be prepared in case we get a strong bounce off of this. I mean, look at this one through the 50, and then we had that rip your face off rally through the 50, chop, and then bounce. We're still having a shit show, guys. It's called the sophomore year of Joe Biden's presidency. But oh yeah, good point, Karen. Let's go take a look at that. The 100 is down at. Yeah, I mean, these times we saw some pain down there. I'm going to keep an eye on this. If we're going to smash the 50, reload that bear put spread. You know what? Let's have that under the trigger. Copy. And you flop those. So I'm going to keep this ready just in case. And we might actually 46.25. What's down here? I might go down to 4,600 on this. I'm gonna adjust. Whoops, 4,600. I'm gonna keep this one under the trigger in case we we head back down here, which it seems like we're doing. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna reload just in case this turns into a shit show. Filled? Well, you know what? No, that's not fair. I mean, the 2 guys that are setting up LLCs. I will. Yeah, you can join. I just don't want a stampede. So if you're an extra, we'll allow that. Yeah, let me give you the link. I'm sorry. I want a nice tight. We have a nice tight group over there, so it's. I don't want the. I mean, the masses. The hell is? Hang on, Tim. Tim. What the hell's the link? Max Afterburner. AFTER. Where's the page? Where the hell's the link? I'll get you the link in a second. I don't want to spend too much time here. Awesome, JT. Welcome aboard. I'll get the link, guys. I don't know why I can't find it. Let me send it to him. What's the monthly month? And it's a great time to join, guys. That's not salesy. It seems like every time we're about to have an insane implosion or shit show, I get an idea like this, like we did the original self-directed investment squadrons as the COVID crash was coming. I'm like, it's coming. Folks, we're going to get destroyed this year. I guarantee it. And I'm not taking joy in that because people will get hurt. I am taking joy in the fact that we're going to make money off of it. We will make money off of other people's stupidity. That's my Gordon Gekko talking. What's the monthly Max Afterburner link again? Sorry. Yeah, I mean that's what makes the market, man. Unfortunately. Okay. Let's get back to this since we're kind of in AR. This stuff, guys. Again, I can't. You guys, if you believe this stuff, which I do now, I was lost, but now I am found. I had my first coaching call with Cynthia in preparation yesterday. It was a great grounding. She turned me on to this. So I have this book over there. I don't know if people are familiar with it. It's called A Course in Miracles. It's a phone book. She's like, hey, they have the daily lessons. I'm like, and she's like, there's only been 5 of them, right? It's January 5th. So get on board. There's 365 of them. I'm like, done. I listened to all 5 of these last night. They're like 5-7 minutes each at a time. Man, there's just some good shit going on. But the fact, ladies and gentlemen, at Top Gun Options, Top Gun Fighter Foundation, No Fallen Heroes, we are at ground zero. My brother, Marcus Luttrell. So Marcus just called me the other day. He's like, Wiz, coming down in February, man. I got physical training. You're going to be around? I'm like, I am now. So I'll get Marcus on the podcast, and I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to take Marcus flying, too. He's a big dude. No, he'll fit in the jet. So we got hockey players. We got Marcus. We got politicians. This is it, guys. So I'm telling you, even if your MindMed or Compass or Atai or any of those names are getting hammered, they ain't going to be for long. Let's be completely honest. Big Pharma is either going to get on board for the big win or they're going to get steamrolled, right? You guys are no dummies. The number one reason that weed was so illegal for so long was what? Bush, Coors, you name the family. The biggest, worst drug ever man created is alcohol. It sucks, right? Don't see too many weed drivers drinking and weed. I don't see too many people smoking weed and getting into fist fights in bars, like, right? The Fighting Irish. It just doesn't happen, folks. Pharma is either going to get on board or they're going to get steamrolled. And the fact that Alphonse Capone, is like, dude, the VCs are always reaching out to me. I'm on this board now. This is happening. People are going to go around Big Pharma. Big Pharma has deep pockets, guys. This ain't their first rodeo, right? They have lobbyists, they have power, they have this. They want you hooked on their shit for the rest of your life. How evil can you be? Big Pharma right now are tobacco companies in the 80s, right? Cigarette ads. How about those 12 CEOs that sat there and lied, committed perjury? I believe that nicotine is not addictive. I too believe nicotine is not addictive. You fucking liar. You murderer. But They paid money to lobbyists. They bought politicians until what? The dam just broke, right? If this was about health, this COVID bullshit, guess what? They'd be talking about health and working out and vitamins and eating well. They don't. Joe Biden is a liar. Rick, what's a prediction for the VA? The VA will legalize the use of psychedelics for therapeutic use in 2 years. Give me 3. Let's say 3. That's my guess. So when, not if. When, not if. But again, Big Pharma is most likely going to attack. They're going to go to Congress and this shit is bad and how dare you veterans, our most treasured Americans, you're going to give them these drugs. When you got Marcus Luttrell, you got Alphonse Capone, you got JT, I'm not anything, but you got Wiz and we got a movie. When our nation's most elite warriors all get together and say, this shit saved or changed my life, fuck you, Big Pharma. We got a battle coming, guys. I can't wait. I would love to be sitting at a green table with a little glass of water next to the CEO of Pfizer. You rat fuck. I can't wait. We are at the lead edge of this fight. Let me take SPX off. Maybe it did bounce. I don't care. That I re-put my hedge on. Took some profits. We get a bounce here. We're still getting a shit show. I guarantee it. Amazon coming out of the graveyard. Which calls did I sell? Again, oversold bounce. This is to be expected. Where's the short calls? Oh, I got filled on them. Where are they? The 575s. I sold the. Where are they? Did I sell 5 of them? I sold 10. Oh, they're ratioed. Here's another one. There we go. 3350s. All right, we'll see. Yeah. That's not a good start to the year, man. Down 35 grand. But it's okay. Stocks go up, stocks go down. All right, so let's wrap up on here. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting to. Is this? You can let's go through the names. Well, you know the best way to pick the top psychedelic companies, PSIL Holdings. Let's go look at what the ETF has. Go make your own ETF. SIL. Where's their holdings? It should say somewhere like holdings. Do you scroll down? Net asset value. Holdings. Dude, we've talked about all of these. Compass, Cybin, MindMed, Field Trip Health, Atai. Right there is your own ETF. If you want to buy these individual names, knock yourself out. What's the biggest one they got? Hang on. What's the percentage? Oh, here you go. 10, 10, 8, 7. I mean, they're all pretty grouped together. Celios, Inveric, Bright Minds. I've heard of that one. Drug. I don't know if I like that ticker symbol. Drug. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't. So I guess this is why I'm here for you guys. I'm trying to save lives, but I'm going to make you guys some money too. All of us money, because I'm going to pick his brain tomorrow. Both of them, Cody and Daniel. Car Bomb. I love that. What's your call sign, Wiz? What's your call sign? Car Bomb. So I got to do some more research on all that stuff. But what was I getting at? Oh, that's what I'm going to find out is like, what are these? I know one of these is like more into obesity. Some are into PTSD. So this is one of those times, folks, where you spend the weekend. You take a weekend. I'll give you the intel, obviously, next week. what I learn or listen to the podcast. But I'm gonna pick their brain on what they're which of these companies. Actually, I'm going to pick their brain and say which company is really working on veterans. But it looks like that Daniel is. I mean, let's just read it. It says, we're on a mission to help people transcend barriers in mental health and performance. That goes to Ponch, man. Ponch is connecting all this stuff to human performance, right? If you're a CEO, you're a greedy CEO, and you want your employees to be performing their best instead of showing up to work every day miserable. I got to go to work. How about you help them? You help them heal. Everybody's got trauma, man. I don't care. Jesus Christ himself had trauma. Jesus Christ had the worst trauma any man could ever have. My God, why have you forsaken me? Your father, he believed, ditched him. And he's going to die. You want to talk about, feeling pretty low? So everybody's got trauma. By pioneering drug development, clinical therapy. Isn't this awesome? So we're pioneering developing these drugs, and then what? The clinical therapy around it and remote patient monitoring solutions. Wow. I love this, man. All right, so here we go. TBI. He's a hockey player. Migraine. Oh my God, Susie's got migraines. The third most prevalent global disease. This isn't a public company, is it? No, I think this is private. Oh, wait. Is Wisana public? See, we're doing this together. Stock information. Is it on the Canadian? Yeah, it's on the Canadian. WISA. Well, guess what? I don't think, obviously, he can tell me anything non-public. Wisana Health Holdings. What's this? It's up 6% right now because we're talking about it. It's $1. I might buy 10,000 shares of this right now to make it pop. So I got to figure out what this is. Look, we're learning this shit together. I think he is in this one, Karen. I think Mike Tyson's in here. Yeah. Slider was telling me he was down at the Wonderland convention down in Miami. He was on one of the panels. For next year, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if they have the dates yet. I should look that up. We should do a Top Gun options event. We're going to be down there, folks. We're going to be the keynote speaker. I guarantee you. No Fallen Heroes, after we release in May, is going to rock this country. It's going to shock this country. No Fallen Heroes is literally the sequel to Maverick. Pete Mitchell steps out of the cockpit, and he's Wiz, essentially. It's all my other buddies who are suffering in silence as aviators, right? So this is going to be really interesting. Oh, he was Ponch? There you go. He was on the same panel as Mike Tyson. Awesome. So then they obviously probably know each other. And so Ponch got a hold of the draft 2022 to 2028 VA strategy. Psychedelics are in there. So it's going to be interesting to see the battle between the Pentagon, the VA, and Big Pharma, because Big Pharma loves the VA. Petty Officer Capone, yeah, Doc, take these 10 medicines and I'll see you next year. Take these 3 when you get up in the morning. Take these 3 at noon. Take this one when you're in deep pain. Take these 4 to go to bed. That's 11. Okay, well, you're on 11 medicines. It's coming, guys. I have never been more certain. I am not uncertain to use a dollar bill for Max Capital term. Pam, I have chills. I know we are doing God's work. I know we are too. If you had told me a year ago that I'd be on a daily basis listening to A Course in Miracles or reading the damn book or talking like this, I think I was high. But here we are. Oh, hang on. I think Tim wrote me. Awesome, John. Yeah. Wiz, I'm setting up a new LLC just for trading. Sold my company. Awesome. So JT, well, his email address is on here. I won't show you, but JT is a professional money manager and financial advisor. He just joined Max Afterburner. So we got a couple professionals over in there. Yeah, I'm trying to type in the damn link, and I don't even know what the damn link is to my own thing. TopGunOptions.com/Max-After. See if that works. It does. Duh. I figured it out. Hang on, guys. https://max. Yeah, I got it. What a moron. All right, and then there's AR. We're kind of done with AR and talking about all that stuff. I'm in SIL. I might add to it right now, as a matter of fact. I'm going to throw some money at some psychedelics. There's the link, guys. Sorry about that. I had to type it for me to remember it. Pam, we have found our passion. We have. Karen, it'll be a fight of the cost analysis. So if you guys could see my whiteboard, I have a big section to my No Fallen Heroes vision. In 2 to 3 years, I want to have No Fallen Heroes treatment centers. VA approved. Doctors, we do yoga there. We do mindful meditation training. We do retreats for the medicine. It's on my vision board. I want to be a damn instructor. I want to get certified. There's already like ibogaine courses. I want to be a counselor. I want to be able to teach yoga and mindfulness. I actually did my mindfulness training. I did a weekend. I got certified as a mindfulness coach. I want to be. We're gonna do this. Fuck big pharma, man. It sucks. I was on depression medications for years. This side of and I'll talk about this. You guys know me. I'm an open book. The one he gave me was working, right? Something else wasn't working. I'm like, I went back and saw him weeks later. I'm like, hey man, I kind of feel a little bit better, but something ain't working. He's like, oh yeah, that's a side effect of this one. I'm like, are you fucking retarded? I'm suffering from depression and you give me something that makes something not work? Are you high? Are you? Well, I thought, I'm like, you didn't brief me on the side effects, doc. I found that out on my own. Oh my God. I am free. I am done. Eric, no. Let's move Wasana. That's a good idea. Maybe tomorrow in the live trade brief, I'll talk up the stock and let's all jump in there. It's $1, right? Maybe you should do a PBS show up. Yeah. Eric, would that mean you would have to go to Mexico or another country? No, but yes. So in the interim, Eric, I'm glad you asked. Our game plan is this. So Trevor, who runs NV Neurogenesis, where some of our folks have gone, and Martine, where we're taking our next group at the Mission Within. They're both south of the border in Rosarito Beach. They rent big, beautiful houses, or at least I've never seen Trevor's, but I hear it's, but Martine's place is 4 stories, Spanish, overlooks it's just striking. So Eric, the interim plan for No Fallen Heroes, because when, not if, No Fallen Heroes is very successful, we're having No Fallen Heroes Extraction. We're going to have a TV series, just like the show Intervention. We're going to go in. That's the term to save somebody, right? Joe Biden doesn't know about that term because he fucking leaves people behind. He leaves Americans behind enemy lines. In the military that I used to serve, we don't. We used to save our wingmen. But, they call me crazy and old-fashioned. But anyway, Eric, the point is Martine and Trevor are kind of booked. They're thanks to our efforts, they're kind of getting packed. So we think we're going to go get our own place, either in Costa Rica or Mexico, because it's also a pain in the ass, I guess, for the shooting crew to move all over the place. So we want to be able to set up. It's almost like MTV, The Real World. We're going to rent a big ass mansion, and we're going to put the cameras up so we can film. And it's kind of we have a base. So that's, trust me, man. I got so much shit going on with that stuff that it's staggering. It's humbling, and the fact that, and it's incredible because now that I've put up the bat signal and I'm going to be the lead guy, I don't give a shit, man. If the FAA in January or whenever my medical comes up, they're like, "Well, your medical's now pulled," I'm still going to fly my fucking L-39. What do you do? You're going to throw me in FAA jail? I'll fly with a qualified L-39 guy with me. It's my airplane, man. I can do whatever I want. But a lot of the airline guys that reach out to me, they're like, I gotta hide, dude. Either I gotta hide, I gotta do the treatment and hide, or I just maybe I'll do it when I retire. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Isn't this it's a crime? If the flying public knew that the dude or the lady flying them as a veteran is pretty fucked up and hiding it, and they're just smiling through the day, or they took, it's just like, a regular procedure, man. Hey, man, I'm going to go to have a kidney stone taken out. I'm going to be med down for 2 weeks, American Airlines. Is that okay? And it's not even that. It's a weekend. Take another couple days off just to get your mind right. Would you rather have that? Unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. So we're going to be that spark. I guarantee you. I'm either going to succeed at this or I'm going to die trying. I guarantee you. Failure is not an option here. Old fashioned worked. You're right. The new Big Brother, but everybody wins. I like that, Dean. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, we're gonna be Big Brother. We're gonna have our own mansion, and but people aren't. Yeah, everybody is a win. All right, quick debrief from yesterday. What a shitty. I knew that. I'm like, Fed announcements are rarely shocking. Bull put spread. What a dumb thing. So that was a bad trade yesterday out of me. There's no way to clean that up at all. I know better than to trade some of these Fed days. Left side of the chart whiz is going to say left side of the chart. Usually Fed minutes are not shocking. They give a little bit of a hiccup like, wait, they didn't say that sentence live, and people get a little freaked. Yesterday was insane. I'm talking. I had a bunch of calls last night, and people are like, "Dude, nothing was said that wasn't said." I'm like, the market only cares when it cares. We've talked about this though, guys. The closer that we get to doing it, the more freaked out the market's going to get. We had these little shit shows when Jerome Powell sat down and said, right here, yeah, inflation ain't transitory; it's actually raging. And he said it again, and now he's really, so he hasn't changed his tune. So the market, so year to date, guys, we did what? Let's just draw it because last January to today, tech wreck, a tech wreck maybe through the 50, tech wreck, and it was look at that, it was a caterpillar. Now what's happening? Let's kind of bring look at this. It's right here. Smash, smash, smash. Welcome to 2022. This is the new normal. Not this 2-3 months up, a little bit of a pullback. This is the new normal, guys. McDonald's here, a bunch of M's, and then the big one. So bad trade out of me, stupid bull put spread. I just closed the bear put spread for $2,500. So I had a max loss of $5,000 yesterday. I just took the sting out with $2,500. It's still a bad trade. I'm not doing that again. Next time I try to trade on a Fed minutes day, you're allowed to reach through the computer screen and punch me in the face. Doug, per your suggestion, my Russell and SPY puts printed money. Good man. Pam, I claim that I will be a director involved somehow with your center that opens near DC. Pam, from your fingertips to God's ears, I would be honored to have you on board the team. Christina, Trevor's is beautiful. Oh, that's right. Christina went. How's your husband doing? How's Howard? What's his name? I'm getting old, man. I'm 53, guys. That's great. So yeah, the people that have been, I've seen video of Trevor's place. So it looks nice. Herb. I knew there was an H. Damn it. Okay, other debrief. So crappy trade yesterday on S&P 500, and then I was wrong. I bought some calls on Amazon because I thought stupidly that we would see an Amazon. Well, day ain't over yet, right, Wiz? But no, this is. Let's go to Amazon here. This is not good. This company prints money, and it's down here at 32.50. Now, if you are a left side, I'm not going to go Eeyore this entire time. If you are a left side of the chart, 32.50 smash, 32.50 smash, 32.50 super smash, 32.50 implosion. It can happen. It feels like it. Or are we going to get a super smash into earnings? I still got Jan, Feb, and March calls on, and I got January, Friday, tomorrow calls on that are going to lose $6,000. I expected a swing here. I still got time on these, and these. So again, you got to be centered, man. SPX bull put spread and my Amazon calls sucked this week. I'm okay. If the Amazon calls had gone up and printed money, I'm okay. You have to be okay. Be centered in your trading. Don't be wrapped around the axle, right? Always live to fight another day. I'm glad I showed you yesterday. I got like 100. I'm 50% cash right now. Half of my portfolio is in cash, and I'm happy with that. And what was that? About 15 or 20% of it is an SPX bull put spread right now. About 10%. So I like my sales. All right, just real quick cleanup here. I mean, so this is if you like a pairs trade, here's your pairs trade. Treasury yields up, tech gets destroyed. Treasury yields fall, tech rallies. There's two trades if you want them right there. That's called a pairs trade. Okay. Rob, I'd wait. You never know, man. You got one more day on that Amazon bull put spread. You have no idea, man. Amazon can move $100 in a day. It absolutely can move. So, technically it's of course, right now it's at max loss. You might have to pay up to get out of it. But you should probably close it, because if you try and let it expire for that max loss, you might end up getting assigned, and that would be very bad. So manage that Amazon spread. Tech sell-off prompts bets against U.S. stock market supremacy. Wiz, or actually Elon Musk agrees with you now, but you nailed it, right? Yeah, I did. So the world is starting to go, you know what? We're going to pound the United States into the dirt. We're expecting U.S. rates to go up. In particular, that should, on a relative basis, hinder tech. So you've heard me say this a lot. When in doubt, run to Ma. Right? Fund managers get paid to deploy money and make money, not to sit in cash. It's got to go somewhere. I might change my run to Ma. If big tech, even if they print money, folks, if this is the narrative, yields up, interest rates up, everything up, tech's going to get destroyed. I don't care that Amazon makes $1 million a minute. It's not going to matter. Trade the market you have, not the one you want. I'm sick of staring at things going, the thing prints money and it should be up. It ain't. So, I can't believe I'm going to say this. It might be financial time out here. We might get back to what I was doing years ago and trading JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Morgan Stanley. Maybe even a Bank of America up here. Can't believe I'm saying this, but you got to do what you got to do. Time to stand up, says my Apple Watch. Again, it's a wisdom because it's a truth. Trade the market you have, not the one you want. And if the market you have is going to reward financials, I'm done with tech. I will get out of Amazon and I'll be done with it until it's time for tech to rise again, which will happen, guys. You got to believe that. Well, you don't have to believe, but is Jerome Powell going to unfornicate everything? He has an incredibly difficult job ahead of him. If he nails it, tech will rise again. If he doesn't, it's over with. Yeah, Karen, financials have probably had their pre-earnings run. I'm talking strategically. I'm not talking tactically. I wouldn't get into them right now. I'd wait till the February shit show. So I wouldn't do that right now. I'm just saying, in general. So yeah, I agree. And again, guys, this is the mob. Yay, tech earnings. They just came out. Okay, wait, don't look at, no, we're done looking at them. Over here to financials or tech or this. The mob moves during earnings. I've seen it. I've been at dinners where we brief what we're doing. So, anyway. Earnings around the corner with Amazon? I don't think so. I think it's beginning of February. I don't think they've come out with the official date yet. A month, just under a month. So we'll see. Understand now after looking at it again. So used to you doing credit spreads. Exactly. Oh, you're talking about the SPX trade? Werner, if you're bearish, absolutely. So he just asked a question: bearish trade on XLY. Bearish trade on everything, guys. If you believe that shit's coming back, you probably logged in and saw me looking at the rut again. The rut's in trouble. If you think a shit show is coming next year, the Russell will be destroyed. 2,000 names in here. This is a no-brainer. I might add. I have my SPX bear put spread on. I'd go out to February and buy some puts down around here. Let's look at IWM over here. Yeah, I mean, this is a no-brainer. The Russell will be hammered. The S&P, nothing will be safe. And yesterday, I remember I was getting my ears lowered. I was getting a haircut, and of course, my appointment was at 2 when the Fed minutes came out, and I kind of looked down. I'm like, and there we go. That's perfect. So there was a lot of. Oh, hey, Chris. So Chris just said, hearing a lot about LLCs for trading. Anyone interested in talking about the pros and cons of it? I'm interested in finding out why people are doing it. Well, where is it? Raven. Where is it? Raven. Somewhere. Well, whatever. Raven from Traders Accounting. We're doing a webinar. I think it's next week. Susie's scheduling a webinar with Raven. So he's going to come over and do a webinar for TGO. I'm going to put that on the calendar for like once a quarter, since we get a lot of new members coming through. I will have a webinar to talk about the LLC stuff and the tax advantages and how to trade through it and all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, I'm on it. I'm your wingman with that stuff. So we will have that. Smash and grabs and malls empty. How is Amazon not at 5,000 no matter what the rest of the market is doing? John, I'm with you. And in the Boca Town Center, the Apple store is closed, because of COVID. Everything else is open, but Apple. Isn't that just great? What is stupid leadership at Apple? One size fits all. Close everything. Florida's wide open and everything. They believe in freedom and everything. Doesn't matter. The New York store, Apple store is closed, so we must COVID everywhere. Knock yourself out. Yeah, Charles set up his LLC before he became a lifetime member. If you guys want to, before we do the webinar, go over to the Ready Room. If you guys are interested, hey Charles, why don't we? So Charles, Mr. Wilfong, outside of Philadelphia, he's one of our newest lifetime members. He waited a couple days because Raven helped him set up his LLC and stuff. Oops, not post. Let me So if you want to start a thread in the Ready Room on the LLC, let's do that right now. So you guys, because I know the guys who have done it, why don't you guys get in here and add topic, setting up and trading through LLC, and go. So there you go. Subscribe to the topic, add topic, and I'll give you the link to this. So Charles, why don't you get in there right now and start sharing your lessons learned that you got from Raven and stuff like that. Kathy, yeah, we are doing a full throttle when I get back from our squadron being deployed for that week. Yeah, mall shootings too. I know. I'm with you, man. Remember, I think Amazon should be up at 5,000 anyway. I agree, but remember, folks, you have to drive this home repeatedly to yourself. Um, if a stock isn't doing what you think it should be doing, you're wrong, not the stock. The price is the price. I get it. Intuitively, I'm staring at this like the RCA dog going, what are you doing? Move on. Don't get emotional about it and go, hey, man, I'm wrong, not Amazon. The price is the price. I know you paid a ton of money to hear me say that today with that blinding piece of wisdom, but it's the truth. So, all right. Ow. Good brief. Just ask me. Sucked. Not a great start to the year, but who cares? It's a week. I'm not one of those, even though my birthday is New Year's Eve, I'm not a big, hey, it's a new year. It's another day, man. But I get it's a time to mentally cut and then look forward. Guys, we got 51 more weeks to go, and it's going to be fantastic. We, Top Gun Options, are going to be a lead investment group in the psychedelic space. All the intel that I'm getting is going in here first, immediately, and then I'll brief you guys on the psychedelic stuff every Thursday. If you're in AR, we'll talk about it. But the Max Afterburner and the Hunters, and again, quick reminder: the Hunters is only $497 a month. So if you want to do the Hunters, let me know. It's only $497. The lifetime 12-month get it all paid off is $1,500. So if you want to start in the Hunters and kind of feel your way around, do it. But we will lead the psychedelic space investing. You know what? I'm going to ask these guys. I'll bet you there is no investment clubs geared to psychedelics. Not that we're geared to psychedelics. We do everything, but I'm gonna focus on this investment club psychedelic. Oh, and you know what? Maybe I'll give Cody I'm going to see what his bandwidth is. We were shooting a shit yesterday about getting slaughtered in the market. He's a trader, obviously. It's Ambria Capital. Maybe I'll give Cody a free membership, free lifetime membership, and he can come into our group. Always thinking. I am always thinking. That lifetime, Cody lifetime. As long as he buys dinner tomorrow night. All right, guys. To the monthly. Oh yeah, the Hunters. Werner, how do you access my podcast? The podcast is right here. I'll give you the Hunters link right now, Bob. That's the link to the podcast. You definitely want to listen to tomorrow's, obviously. And then the link for the Hunters, topgunoptions.com/monthly, or no, /hunters-SDIS-monthly. Yeah, it's cheaper. Hang on. Let me get you the link here. /hunters-SDIS-monthly. Here it is. The Hunters, yeah, you get access to everything I do. But I don't live in there. I live in the Max Afterburner. I post all my trades in the Hunter. So it's only $497 a month to be a Hunter, and then it's $1,500 a month for this, but it's only 12 months, and then you're vested as a lifetime member. This is the better deal, but if you can only swing $497, do that one, man. Thinking a lost art, exactly, John. Maybe we can invent the toad chart pattern. I like it. That's awesome. All right, guys, good stuff. Amazon doing a $25 run. Let's take a look at that before we leave. Where's Amazon? I don't think the all clear is sounded yet. So let me drop in some 25s in here. It's right at 75. I sold whoa, I hate the clear line, clear drawings, horizontal. I'm up here at 33.50. I have short calls out to tomorrow. Maybe make $5,000 to take some sting out. There's 33.75. We could get a bounce, a hard bounce, man. I'm going to keep an eye on these short calls. I just don't feel it, especially on a Friday. I think we kind of, where's 30? Oh, what was this? 45? That's weird. I'm going to throw a 50 in there. That's a good run though. We're getting off the mat a little bit. Yeah, not a super good start to the year, but hey, man, we have a ton of time left. Could not copy the address. It's in the chat box. Werner, just click on the link in the chat box. When I click on it, it takes me to the webcast. Or Werner, all you do is Google Max Afterburner podcast. Google Max Afterburner podcast, and it's right there. Do me a favor, share that with all your friends too, man. And let's grow. Let's go tie Joe Rogan, man. I think Joe Rogan should run for president. Now, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, and Joe Rogan. Could you imagine? They would absolutely crush it. Yeah, I think if you're one of the guys setting up an LLC, I'll hold that lifetime slot for you. Yes. I put the link in the chat box. If you want to do this, this is 12 months. I'm just asking, please, if sometime during the 12 months that you make a nice profit, which you better damn, or everybody sucks. If you can sponsor a veteran during that year, I hate saying this, but it's a great tax write-off. You're not doing it for that. It's $4,100 for treatment, and then it's about $900 to get to San Diego and a hotel and shit like that. So we just round up and say $5,000. Marcus and Amber over at Vets last year did $450,000 in grants to women and men who just couldn't afford treatment. My goal is to match Amber and Marcus for 2020. I have a lot of goals, man, for 2022, and I'm going to succeed or I'm going to die trying. I swear. So this. They are doing some noble work. Now it's our turn. I've briefed you that Marcus, he's like, dude, I catch shit sometimes from people like, well, you're only doing SEALs or, operators. He's like, that's who I know, man. These are my brothers. I know that they're the closest alligators to the boat, and they're all kind of suffering. I'm like, all right, man, well, you take SEALs, I'll take aviators and the air crew. And then kind of like that Buddhist monk quote that I like to cite all the time, if veterans can be the light at the tip of the candle, maybe we'll lead the way for just a dynamic shift for all Americans and everybody around the world. So I just ask that maybe sometime during the next year, when you make a little bit of money, you put the ladder down. Okay. You need to be in that cabinet, head of the VA or something. Eric, I want to be SecDef, baby. I want to be the Secretary of Defense or Secretary of the Navy. I'd be like John Lehman. John Lehman was the Secretary of the Navy. He was an A6 guy, A6 bombardier navigator. So he used to fly around the country and shit like that in his own A6. Navy, I'd have Navy 1. I'd have my own Hornet and fly around as the Secretary of Defense or the or SecNav. I'm putting that on my dream board, on my vision board. Although I'm sure my confirmation hearings would be quite content. You know what? Who cares, man? Skeletons in my closet. The skeletons in my closet have skeletons. I'm an open book. All right, guys, I got to get going. Sorry I went over a little bit. I am on this shit tomorrow, man, like white on rice. Make sure you listen to the next podcast because we got Cody Chandraw, partner at Ambria Capital, and we got Daniel Carcillo, the car bomb. This is just good shit, man. Kind of a shitty week, but it's not a shitty week because we're breathing, we're alive, things are good. Things can always be worse. So, hey, man, trading is trading. Markets go up, markets go down, and we're going to, in the long run, right? The general partner of the firm I was at in Chicago, she had a great saying one time. She's like, we don't make the most money. We make money consistently. So just because we kind of have a down week doesn't mean there's a shitload of down weeks coming. I get one of these every once in a while. They happen. And I'm like, okay. When I'm sitting there looking at like a $45,000 week in Amazon, and I'm like, okay, I sit there and I go, one of those bad weeks coming. So I am centered, right? I am level. Um, and I owe it all to God. All right, guys, I'm very thankful for you. I'm thankful for all the work we're doing. If you are a member, if you are one of the angel investors for No Fallen Heroes, there's 20 of us. You're getting the trailer tomorrow. You get it first. And you'll be the second one to get it because Lee's going to send it to me, and then I'm going to throw it over the fence to you guys. Hold on, you know what? Don't go if you're one of the 20 because let me make sure I got all your shit in my file. I don't know if I put everybody's email addresses down. This is all just like agreements, the list, the Excel sheet. Well, I'll find all your. I'll sit here today and gather up. I thought I made like a list of investors. Duh. Did I put email addresses on here? Shit, I did not. All right. Well, I'll sit here and I'll put all you guys in an email group so you guys can get the trailer first. All right, guys, I got to get going. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless all of you. And namaste. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Fights on.